Good morning, I'm Vic Senese, and today we're talking about the building blocks of life, the mystery hidden within them. Every single one of us carries tens of thousands of tiny genetic alterations in our DNA. These are known as variants. They affect how our cells build proteins. Now, most of these changes are harmless. They make us unique, but a few of them are dangerous. A few of them modify proteins in ways that can cause disease. And this raises the multi-billion-dollar question that has plagued geneticists for decades. How do we find these disease-causing needles in the massive haystack of genetic variants? For years, clinicians have relied on genome-wide association studies. But as many of us in nursing know, the diagnostic odyssey for rare disease, patients can be long, frustrating, and often fruitless. But there's new hope on the horizon. Researchers at Harvard Medical School have developed a new artificial intelligence model that is changing the game. It's called POP-EVE, P-O-P-E-V-E. In a paper published November 24th in Nature Genetics, these scientists revealed that POP-EVE can do something previous models could not. It can predict whether a variant is benign or pathogenic. It does this by producing a score for each variant in a patient's genome, placing it on a continuous spectrum of disease likelihood. Think of it as a risk score for every tiny change in your DNA. Now, let's get technical for a moment. How did they do this? Several years ago, the lab developed a model called EVE. It's the evolutionary data from different species to find patterns. But EVE had a limitation. It couldn't easily compare variants on different genes. To create POP-EVE, the team added two critical components. One, a large language protein model, and two, human population data. By combining cross-species data with human data, they calibrated the model to compare scores across different genes. Rose Orenbuch, a lead author on the paper, said, "This helps clinicians prioritize which variants to look at when diagnosis isn't obvious." So, how does it work? The results are frankly astonishing. When they tested POP-EVE, it successfully distinguished between healthy controls and patients with severe developmental disorders. It could even determine if a variant has likely to cause death in childhood versus adulthood. And here's something vital for health equity. The model did not show ancestry bias. It performed equally well across different genetic backgrounds. The researchers applied POP-EVE to a cohort of 30,000 patients. These were people with severe developmental disorders who had never received a diagnosis. The model led to a diagnosis in about 1/3 of these cases. Let that sink in. 1/3 of those families who had no answers now have a potential cause. The model identified variants on 123 genes that had never before been linked to these disorders. Deborah Marks, professor of systems biology at Harvard, says, "The goal is to provide a prioritized, clinically meaningful view of a person's genome. We're already seeing this in real world. A clinician in Barcelona, Spain, reports using POP-EVE to make several rare disease diagnoses that were previously missed. This tool isn't just about diagnosis. It could also identify new drug targets." Now, for those of us in healthcare, this feels like we're finally turning the corner for patients who have been left in the dark for too long. The team is now working to integrate these scores into databases like UniProt, so scientists worldwide can access them. Hey, a major breakthrough in prostate cancer care? Researchers have finally identified the optimal time to measure PSA response in men undergoing treatment for metastatic hormone-sensitive prostate cancer. Why does this timing matter? How could it change treatment decision? And what should clinicians and patients be watching for next? That's tomorrow, only on UroNurse News. Don't miss it. Hey, as we celebrate the season and look ahead to a brand new year, I'm unwrapping something special just for you. This Saturday, join me on UroPatient for a festive, patient-friendly countdown of the best, most useful, and truly patient-approved urology products coming in 2026. It's a brave new world in genomics, and UroNurse News will be here to cover it. I'm Vic Senese. Thanks for watching.
Deck the halls with updates and cheer. Trusted insights throughout the year. With every story to